Jaden Nickens. If you like what we're doing on the official, I'm going to interrupt right here again and say like and subscribe to this video. Help us keep the momentum going as we keep going through recruits all summer long. But Matt, it's your turn to introduce us to Jaden Nickens.
So he is wide receiver 21, 178th overall, about 6'2", 190. I've seen a lot of different reported heights, but I think he probably looks closest to 6'2" currently. Out of Douglas High School in Oklahoma, which he recently transferred to in the middle of the basketball season. Currently uncommitted. He did decommit from Oklahoma in March. I believe he took a Texas A&M visit after that, and then pretty much nothing since then. So no clue where he's going. I think Oklahoma State is the next leading on 3, but it seems his recruitment's pretty wide open right now. So we're kind of going back here to the supposed freak athlete basketball player mold. Nickens only started playing football as a sophomore in high school, I believe. His freshman year in high school, he already had D1 offers to play basketball in college. Tried out for football too, and before he even stepped on the field, already had Division I offers for football as well. So he's highly regarded as an athlete. He's won the state championship in basketball 3 years in a row now, after just transferring to a different school as well. So again, we're kind of talking about this basic ex-basketball player prototype. A big drawback with it, though, is that we just don't have the athletic testing to support that claim. I mean, you can watch the tape, and he does certainly look athletic, but just the numbers we have just aren't there. 20.6 miles per hour, 11.73 100-meter from this track season, and I believe 5.5 feet high jump. Now, it doesn't seem like he's a very active track and field participant, so he's just relying on raw athleticism with no technique out there, I'd assume. But still, I'd like to see more promising numbers from someone that's heralded as this big-time freak. And, he's definitely an explosive athlete. You can watch him when he's playing basketball. He's a big-time dunker. And you can kind of see that on his football tape as well. But he's not, he's not a straight-line speed guy for sure, at least how it appears at the current moment. Now, something promising, because, when we hear all this, you're like, okay, he's just a jump ball X receiver. I do think he can be a little bit more than that. On his spring game tape, which is not this is his junior highlight tapes, but spring tape from this season actually looked pretty good. He's playing inside and outside. He's doing a lot more shorter routes. He's not just this X outside guy. He's kind of developed his game a little bit more, which was something really promising to see, because before today I was much lower on him. And then after seeing, catching up on what he's been doing this offseason, I'm like, okay, I actually can see, something here at least. Because, he is still early. He's only been playing football for 2 years now. So definitely a lot of upside there, but definitely a bit behind still, you could say.
Yeah, that's actually pretty promising. I love the versatility. I love guys who can play inside and outside. That's actually super promising. So, little nugget here: don't just watch his junior tape; watch the spring tape, everybody. David, where are you at with Jaden Nickens?
I can't really get a great feel for him. It's just a lot of weirdness around him. I couldn't really find a reason for why he decided to transfer mid-year. He went from Millwood, which was a team that went to the state championship last year in football, to Douglas, who was 0-10 last year. Their team power ranking in football is -33. They're 214th ranked team in Oklahoma. Their basketball team, I don't know if he did it for basketball purposes, because they won the state championship at Douglas. So sometimes I feel like he likes basketball more than, I don't know. It sounds like he wants to. Part of the reason why the Oklahoma decommit happened was because they weren't willing to offer him in basketball as well. There's also some rumblings about how he wasn't a culture fit. And I don't know. I saw some videos of him, and I don't know if he's someone I'm going to bet on, that type of player. But I think he's a little more athlete maybe than receiver at this point, and he's more of a guy I'll just monitor. You know, I don't think I'm going to have him super highly ranked. I think it depends where he goes. We have no idea at this point. Like he mentioned, like Matt mentioned, I think he only got a Michigan State offer after decommitting. So I kind of thought more people would pile in, but there's just some weirdness around his profile. He's just like kind of a guy to monitor for me.
Okay, fair enough. I do buy in a little bit to those, the guys that do have really unusual recruitment stories never quite seem to be what they could be on the field. I'll just put it that way. I mean, we've heard of other guys where things are just not lining up. There's a lot of weirdness and decommitting and things of that nature. This sounds like it kind of falls in that bucket a little bit. So wish him the best. On top of all that, I got to say, just sticking to the tape, I was not terribly impressed. I kind of watched the tape and was like, okay, he's like a guy, like he's athletic. He's better than the people around him, but I didn't watch it and see traits that wowed me for a guy who's going to be like upper echelon, cream of the crop type, move him up the rankings. I mean, all the guys in the top, 300 in a class are athletic guys. They're all good. I'm looking for traits that separate people, and I really didn't see it too much with Nickens anyway. Add in the strange, not getting offers after decommitting from Oklahoma and things that's not great. So I would agree. He'd be a guy who just probably going to be drafted ahead of anywhere I would take him by most people who tend to go by industry rankings. So that sounds about right. Hey, if you know anything about why he decommitted from Oklahoma and where he might be going, comment. Let us know. It's always hard to keep track of some of the storylines. Like this video so we can keep going through all the recruits this summer.